Remember this. Now, there were actually, and now I'm hearing there's even more, but so we had a biological laboratory located at the university, which was 9 miles away from the Henan seafood market. We had the Institute of Virology, which is 20 miles away from it. And if you remember in the previous streams, I talked about the Canadian couple. Canadian couple that were smuggling stuff out. This happened in the middle of last year. But it gets better. It gets more insane, actually, if you think about it. Because this is what I think happened. I don't buy the whole bat soup shit. I really think they were working on a bioweapon with stolen materials, and it somehow got loose. Because it wasn't just Canada. No, we had this pop up. Harvard and Wuhan, 21 smuggled vials of stolen unidentified biomaterial and two fraudulent J1 visa holders, including a top Chinese Communist Party army lieutenant. Public reaction, crickets. And I actually have this, I should have this up and ready to go. We'll just read through some of it. We'll read through how China was involved in smuggling out biological materials with the help of bribed officials at Harvard University. Of course, why wouldn't it be Harvard? Why wouldn't Harvard be involved? U.S. Attorney's Office announced today that the chair of Harvard's University's Chemistry and Chemical Biology Department and two Chinese nationals have been charged in connection with aiding the People's Republic of China. Charles Lieber, 60, chair of the Department of Chemistry and Chemical Biology at Harvard University, was arrested this morning and charged by criminal complaint with one count of making a materially false, fictitious, and fraudulent statement. Oh. Yang Qingyi, 29, a Chinese national, was charged in an indictment today with one count each of visa fraud, making false statements, acting as an agent of a foreign government, and conspiracy. By the way, this was yesterday this came out. And also, Zhaosong Zhang, 30, a Chinese national, was arrested on December 10th of 2019 at Boston's Logan International Airport and charged with criminal complaint in attempting to smuggle 21 vials of biological research material to China. On January 21st, 2020, Zhang was indicted on one count of smuggling the goods from the United States and making false and fictitious and fraudulent statements. And this is where it gets good. According to court documents, since 2008, Dr. Lieber has served as a principal investigator of the Lieber Research Group at Harvard University, which specializes in the area of nanoscience, and received more than $15 million in grant funding from the National Institute of Health and the Department of Defense. These grants require the disclosure of significant foreign financial conflicts of interest or support from foreign groups. Yet in the beginning of 2011, Lieber became a strategic scientist at Wuhan University of Technology. Or what? So when you ask what the fuck is happening, well, apparently Dr. Lieber from Harvard, in connection with two Chinese nationals smuggling out biological materials in Wuhan, was getting paid by the Chinese government to help facilitate this. So I'm putting my thinking thoughts hat on right now. Chinese agents involved in stealing coronavirus materials from a Canadian lab, or trying to smuggle out data related to coronaviruses from Canada in the middle of last year. And with the help of Dr. Lieber, two nationals related again to Wuhan, smuggling out biological materials. It's almost like the Chinese are sending out people to every fucking country they can to take viral data and viral materials and just throwing the shit in a blender and seeing what happens. And somehow this shit got loose. This guy was getting paid millions of fucking dollars. Didn't disclose it. Worked with the United States government, getting grants of upwards of $15 million. Still took a bribe from these assholes for $1.5 million. A tenth the value. That Chinese pussy must be fucking amazing. What in the fuck is going on with this world? Are we living in crazy town or what? Can somebody explain to me how this keeps happening? How it keeps centering around Wuhan? Why does it keep coming back to Wuhan? Why are all these Chinese nationalists related to the universities in Wuhan? This is the third one now. The third fucking institute. Why are they all related to universities and technology institutes and virology labs in Wuhan, taking biological materials from foreign countries, infiltrating biological laboratories, taking data, doing all this shit, and now all of a sudden we have this disease that pops up in China. We have this big fucking disease that pops up in China. What was the date that he was smuggling shit out? End of December? Okay. Which means more than likely probably doing it before then too. And now we've got a mystery disease. All these groups, all related to Wuhan, all centered and located in Wuhan. And now all of a sudden this fucking disease pops up, and China is shitting itself in fear. And you can't tell me they're not shitting themselves in fear. Because let's be realistic here, you don't quarantine 60 million fucking people and shut down 15 cities unless you're scared shitless you have fucked up on a massive scale. And when you look at the countries around them, they're starting to kind of pick up on it too. Don't really focus too much on who in the CDC right now. Let's look at the people that are directly around them. Let's look at Mongolia. Mongolia building a wall to keep the Chinese out. Let's look at Russia cutting off all transport. Hong Kong wanting to seal its borders. The moment a Chinaman sneezed, Kim Jong-un shut fucking everything down. None of these motherfuckers are coming into his country. Kazakhstan shutting shit right the fuck down. Everybody in the general facility is starting to get real fucking nervous about what's going on. Getting real nervous about what's going on. Almost like they can read it. So when you start to see this slow uptick of shit that's happening with the infection amount and with the death toll, I think it's just the tip of the iceberg. Now, I could be wrong. Sure, it could peter out. It could plateau tomorrow and everything's fine. But I will not change my stance that I think this is a viral weapon or research into a biological weapon, and they lost control of it. Somebody fucked up. Maybe somebody was transporting something. Maybe they're fucking around and they didn't clean themselves up properly. I don't fucking know. But it got loose and they got scared. And they don't want to tell anybody because they're scared. That's why they're building fucking 3 hospitals at the speed of light. They're running around as fast as they can to build 3 hospitals. Their hospitals are overstaffed. They're sending medical people from all over the fucking country in. That's why they don't want foreign experts. That's why they were really iffy about letting them in. You notice the difference. Who sucks their dick? The World Health Organization will suck their dick, and they'll let the World Health Organization maybe come in and help a little bit. The CDC, on the other hand, even after Trump offered help, they're like, no, fuck no, stay away. I wonder why. Maybe because you stole our shit, you fucking assholes. Maybe if the CDC gets boots on the ground and sees what the fuck is really going on, they're going to realize, hey, wait a minute, that looks like some of the shit we had. I could almost swear that's something we had in one of our laboratories. How did it end up in China? Why is it in Wuhan? I mean, it has to be pretty bad. It has to be pretty fucking bad when you're willing to convince the world that you eat badass. All right? You fucked up on a scale so large that you're willing to go with the story that the reason the pandemic is happening is you love the taste of bat asshole. You can't let the truth get out, so you're willing to take that hit and let the whole world think that you're rim jobbing these fucking flying rodents. Brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant.